I feel good. Na 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 na. I knew that I would now. Na 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 na. So good. Yeah, so good. Woohoo! Trailers and wheelbarrows. Trailers need to be pulled by something and wheelbarrows need to be pushed by something. They're really effective pieces of equipment, but if you don't have muscle behind them, if you don't have a truck or a car to pull the trailer, and if you don't have a body to push a wheelbarrow, it's not going anywhere. And maybe that's my definition today of discipline. Lots of us have got goals, we want to achieve things, we want to do things, we want to go places, invent things, create things, have a great life. But that requires discipline. It's not just, I've got a goal, I've got a plan, and then it falls out of the sky in a pretty pink box. My goal, my wheelbarrow, if I want to get it from there to there, I have to put effort into that. And discipline, which is that beautiful expression of do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. We know what we should do, don't we? Doesn't matter what it is. I need to exercise, eat healthy food, get out of my lousy, stinking, rotten job, have a better financial plan, invest time with better people. I need to do more with my life. I know what it is that I need to do. We know when to do it, because if we can't do it yesterday because yesterday's gone. If you leave it till tomorrow, that's called procrastination. So we know that we need to do it now. We need to do it today. So we know what to do and we know when to do it. We just don't do it if we don't feel like it. So today's easy. To come and work on the wheelbarrow today, to work with the yard today, it's easy. The sun's shining, it's nice and warm in the afternoon, it's a beautiful day. But I've been out here when it's freezing cold, windy, foggy, snowy, didn't feel like it. But when you've got a job to do, you know what to do, you know when to do it, it has to be done today. If you don't do it today, that's called procrastinating. If you don't do it because you don't feel like it, I'd go as far to say as that's being lazy. Now that's just my definition, doesn't have to be yours, but that's my personal question. If you want to achieve something, if you've got stuff in your life that you want to do, is it possible that you've got to push or you've got to pull? You've got to do it even if you don't feel like it. And here's the great thing about not feeling like it. The days that I've been out here when it's been snowy and foggy and freezing and windy, and it's been a really hard job, and anything in my life that's been hard, how do you feel at the end of the day? How do you feel when you've completed the mission? How do you feel when you've done what you're supposed to do? And that's my very personal question. If you don't do it, how do you feel? Do you feel lazy, undisciplined, unsatisfied? What happens to your self-esteem? What happens to your self-confidence? If you promised yourself that you'd do something, you didn't do it. There's just a downward spiral if you made a promise and you don't do it. But if you said to yourself, I'm going to do this today, regardless of the weather, regardless of how I feel, regardless of if I've got no energy, and there's a great side note there, energy creates energy, momentum creates momentum. If you get started, it's much easier to keep going. If you don't start, then you get into the habit of being a non-starter, a procrastinator, nothing gets done and you feel really crappy. I'm not into feeling crappy, how about you? So I'm out here today, yes, it's easy, there's no wind, it's a beautiful afternoon, it's sunny and I'm thoroughly enjoying being out here. This is a great experience. I've got a job to do and I'm going to do it. I've got to push the wheelbarrow. I don't have to move the trailer, the car moves the trailer, of course. But I've got weeds to pull, I've got rocks to move, I've got soil to move. I've got something to do. I'm going to do it today, regardless of how I feel. Now, today is easy because I feel fantastic. But what is really awesome, and when you feel the most fantastic, isn't this just, think about this. You didn't want to do it, you didn't feel like doing it, it was hot, it was cold, you didn't have enough money, you didn't have enough time, but everybody said you couldn't do it, but you bloody did it anyway. How does that make you feel? When you achieve, you feel good and you go into an upward spiral of more achieving. When you promise yourself you're going to do something and you don't do it, is it possible that you go into a downward spiral and things just get worse and worse? Now that's a very personal question. It's a personal philosophy in life. I refuse to go backwards. If I've promised myself I'm going to do something, I make sure that I do it because I feel bloody shit if I don't, and I refuse to feel shit. So if you want your life to be awesome, how about promise yourself what you're going to do and then do it? Discipline is that thing in between. This is my goal, this is me achieving it. It's called Do what you should do, when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. And the first two are irrelevant because we know what we should do. We know that we should do it today. We should do it now. It's just a matter of, will I do it if I don't feel like it? And that's the beautiful thing about not feeling like it. If you don't feel like it and you do it, you've done it and then you feel good and you go into that upward spiral. So may your life always be about doing, achieving, loving your life, loving who you are, because you're doing what you said you would do. And then you can sing like I do every day. Oh, what a beautiful afternoon. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got this magical feeling that the wheelbarrow is going to be pushed by me today. Woohoo!